Welcome to the second episode of The Casual Smoker. This episode we're going to be smoking this pork roast. This is about a 5-pound pork shoulder, and I seasoned it with a rub. I just use a simple McCormick's Grill Mates Smokin' Texas Barbecue rub. Rub this thing down, then it's going to go in the refrigerator overnight, and then it'll smoke for about 6 or 7 hours tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. It's a little bit chilly out here, so I got up early enough to start the smoker a little earlier than I normally would, and it's good and hot and ready to go. We're going to put those pork roasts on there in just a few minutes. This morning we're going to be smoking with the apple wood chunks. It provides a little bit of a lighter, sweeter flavor. And apple actually smokes a little bit more than hickory does, so you have to use a little bit more wood. And again, we always put our wood in a water bucket, and I let that soak overnight, and now it's time for us to put the roasts on there. I took that 5-pound roast and I cut it in half, because normally for a 5-pound roast, you'd want to smoke that for 8 or 10 hours. And we want to eat lunch today about 1 o'clock, so I don't have 8 or 10 hours. I got up a little early, and this will smoke for about 6 hours today till it gets nice, good internal temperature of about 180 degrees. We'll close this thing up, and we won't open it back up for 5 or 6 hours. I'm going to let you in on a little Collins family secret grilling recipe. We like to grill our potatoes, and today we're going to put them on the smoker and smoke them along with the pork roast that's on there. But we'll take those potatoes and we'll slice them up real thin in slices, and then we'll lay them down on some aluminum foil. I'm going to do 8 potatoes today, so we'll wash them, slice them, put them down on the aluminum foil, and then we're going to slice up some onions. We're going to put a pat of butter on top of each potato and some seasoning salt. Package it all together, and then we're going to wrap it with aluminum foil and put it on the grill for about 3 hours, and when they come off, they're going to be absolutely fabulous grilled potatoes. Normally I wouldn't open the smoker at this point, but I want to take and drop the meat down to the lower rack, and then I'm going to put the top rack on, and I'm going to put the potatoes on top and let them smoke for about 2.5 or 3 hours until it's time to eat. You notice the water pan down there is getting about halfway down, so I'm going to add a little bit more water to that as well, because we don't want this meat to dry out. So after I've wrapped the potatoes in aluminum foil, I like to put another layer of foil on the bottom just to make sure it doesn't break and then all the butter leaks out. I'll set them right on top of the smoker. I'll put the lid back on, and we won't open this again for about another 3 hours. The meat has now been smoking for about 6.5 hours, and the potatoes have been on there for about 2.5 hours. So we're going to pull the potatoes off, and then I'm going to unplug the smoker and let the meat sit and rest for about 15 or 20 minutes before we take it off, and then we'll cut it up and get ready to have it for dinner. I took the potatoes off about 20 minutes ago, and the meat's just been sitting now. I moved it up to the top so it'd be a little bit closer for the heat, and now we're ready to open up and take the roast off the smoker. Look at that. Oh buddy, that looks so good. We're going to bring that inside, and we'll show you one final picture when it's all said and done before we eat it up. So this is the final product off the smoker and on the plate, ready for dinner. We're going to pair that roast with those smoked potatoes and onions, some broccoli, and some fantastic Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. Like I've told you many times, I'm not a professional, but I cook it the way I like it, and you should too. Enjoy your pork roast and enjoy the rest of your day. From the Casual Smoker, we'll see you next time.